We're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million, and that's going to give you green card privileges plus. It's going to be a route to citizenship, and wealthy people will be coming into our country by buying this card. They'll be wealthy, and they'll be successful, and they'll be spending a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes and employing a lot of people. And we think it's going to be extremely successful. It's a path to citizenship, a very strong path to citizenship, but we're not doing the citizenship. For that, I'd have to get Congress.
Well, the Trump administration is planning a major reform to the EB-5 immigrant investor visa. It's a program that basically fast-tracked wealthier individuals who wanted to come to the United States and have legal status to be in the United States. Now, according to Trump, this gold card program that would replace the EB-5 immigrant investor visa program, which was created in 1990, by the way, would basically have a higher monetary threshold associated with it in order for an individual to qualify for the program. So just a little more information about EB-5, which will be replaced with the gold card. So EB-5 was primarily used by residents in Hong Kong and China who had business in the United States or wanted to have their children study in the United States. Its purpose was to basically stimulate the US economy through job creation and capital investment by foreign investors. Now, Trump wants to replace that with something that, again, has a much higher monetary threshold. But prior to that, the EB-5 would make the necessary, someone applying for it would have to make the necessary investment in a commercial enterprise in the US or plan to create or prepare 10 permanent full-time jobs for qualified US workers. And under the EB-5 visa, residency is granted if at least $1.05 million is invested in new businesses that create jobs in the US. So the idea, again, is to stimulate the economy. Now, Commerce Secretary.
Yeah, that was the original idea, I hear you. This new gold card is theoretically to take care of the deficit. That's why I want to explain to you guys the real trick they're gonna do in a sec.
Okay, so let's just do that now. Go ahead.
Okay, so he says, well, look, I've got $5 million, we're gonna get $5 million per this gold card. And if we just had 1 million people buy it, we'd get 5 trillion. He says, we get 10 million people to buy it, we get 50 trillion, we solve the whole debt. We're done with it, okay? And so his idea is get his own side like thinking, oh, that's it, it's all solved. The gold card, that's gonna do it. Now, 10 million people buying at $5 million. Do you know that there's only 9 million people in the world that have more than $5 million? So it's gonna be a little bit hard to get to 10 million because they don't even have it. That number doesn't even exist, let alone all 9 million buying. What doesn't make any sense either. Look, my guess is about 17 people are gonna buy this, and almost all Russian oligarchs, as Anna's about to explain to you. But the idea is, oh, we cut so much and we raised so much. Don't worry about that $4.5 trillion in tax cuts for corporations. Don't worry about it. The gold card. Plus we cut malaria treatment. We're good. No, it's enormous hole in deficit incoming.
So let's go to graphic 2 because Trump did get some questions about Russian oligarchs, and Trump added it is possible Russian oligarchs could qualify for the new gold cards when asked by a journalist if those people would be eligible. Yeah, possibly. Hey, I know some Russian oligarchs that are very nice people, he said. Sure you do.
There's 5 people on both sides.
Yep, sure you do. Okay, now John Hu, the founder of the John Hu migration consulting firm in Hong Kong, states that the total number of applicants, if the golden visa is going to replace the EB-5, will drop significantly. So to your point, Cenk, there aren't really a lot of people that would, have the funds to basically buy their immigration status in America.
He said, who is gonna buy these?
Right, that's exactly right. I don't care.
Okay, yeah, but by the way, that is actually in my opinion, the correct reaction.
Yeah.
Because like, if you care about it, don't like if you're on the left, don't sweat it. Like 17 oligarchs gonna buy it. They were gonna find a way in any way. Trump was gonna find a way. They're very nice, fine people, right? So they don't worry. Like it is what it is. Once Trump got elected, they were gonna get something, right? So, and if you're on the right, brother, just don't delude yourself into thinking this is gonna cover the 4.5 trillion. Like this is not gonna cover anything. You can quote me on it, you could write it down in stone, okay? Come back and see if 1 million people spent $5 million to get a gold card. Absolute fantasy land. And it's just to distract you. So Anna's right. Like I don't really care one way or another. Sure, do the gold card, but it's not gonna amount to a hill of beans.
Yeah, it's just taking a visa program that we have and upping the monetary threshold necessary to qualify for the visa program. Okay.
Yeah, and look, so there's out of 500,000 athletes in the NCAAs, only 10 are trans. So we all like obsessed with like 10 people out of 330 million people, right? And then in this case, oh my God, 10 people are gonna get the gold card, obsessed. These are squirrels. Like I'm not saying don't care about issues, I'm not saying don't care about rights. I'm just saying focus, right? What is the actual thing that they wanna do? Giant tax cuts and subsidies and contracts to the donor class. Focus. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.